Taylor Swift waves to fans as she leaves Hard Rock Stadium after her second night in Miami. Saturday, October 19. Taylor Swift delighted fans in Miami during her second night at Hard Rock Stadium, and not only that, but in front of thousands of fans, Swift made fans love her even more as Swift waved to the Miami crowd before leaving Hard Rock Stadium. Taylor Swift delighted fans in Miami with a series of special performances during her second night at Hard Rock Stadium, in response to the pop star's dedication. Florida Swifties literally danced up a storm in their best dresses last night at the second night of Taylor Swift's Miami show. Swift is continuing the final leg of her critically acclaimed tour, performing to 64,000 fans at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Since last year, Swift has been wowing fans with a medley of songs spanning nearly 2 decades of her career. From the heartbreaking anthems of Red and the sad rock anthems of Reputation to the latest hits from her 2024 album, The Tortured Poets Department, the singer has given longtime fans their dream setlist. Swift's fans didn't miss a beat, arriving in elaborate outfits inspired by different periods of the singer's career. From country rock to glittering pop, every era of Swift's music was represented in the crowd. "I love the Midnight era," one fan said, while another proudly shared that they were rocking the fearless look for the night. Swifties took to X and other social media platforms to collectively freak out about the change and speculate about what her new yellow and black Reputation bodysuit might mean. But this isn't the first time Swift fans have flooded social media with Reputation, Taylor's version, theories. Swift fans have certainly been trolled by Queen Tay before. The last time a large portion of the Endgame singer's fanbase believed a Rep TV announcement was coming was back in August during Swift's final shows on the European leg of the Eras tour. Swift hasn't made any announcements during her last 5 shows at London's Wembley Stadium. But to be fair, there's been no real indication that it's coming. And there certainly wasn't an Easter egg as obvious as Swift's choice of a new bodysuit for the Reputation era, which took place Friday night in Miami. But the new bodysuit for the Rep era wasn't the only new look Swift debuted at her Eras Tour Night 2 show in Miami. The singer also debuted a new blue and silver, Fearless dress and a new multicolored dress for the surprise song. All 3 of Swift's new looks were created by designer Roberto Cavalli, as revealed in the fashion company's Instagram stories. Will Swift reveal Reputation, Taylor's version, anytime soon? Only time will tell. There's a lot going on, so it took me a while to realize this excited fan's question was directed at me. As we looked at each other, the stranger tipped his white cowboy hat with a red equal sign toward me, and as a seasoned Swiftie, I got the message. I was wearing a red dress, red lace gloves, and a red flower crown, a nod to a style from Swift's I Bet You Think About Me, Taylor's version, music video, which featured a cake that looked a lot like my new friend's hats. We exchanged beaded bracelets as we walked before parting ways. "Have a good time tonight, everyone," I shouted as we ran in different directions. Our little exchange was a great reminder of one of the reasons the Eras tour was so memorable during Swift's brief 2-month break from her long European stint. I smiled knowing that interactions like ours could have happened all over the stadium that night. This was my 6th Eras show, but it never gets old seeing people of all ages and backgrounds come together to sing, dress up, exchange bracelets, dance, and celebrate their shared love for none other than Taylor Allison Swift. Swift herself said it right after taking the Hard Rock Stadium stage, "Oh Miami, we're back." With just 16 shows left on the tour, Swift debuted 4 new looks on the first night of the Miami Eras tour. During the Fearless era, the pop superstar wore a shimmering silver fringed mini dress with a blue pattern on the front that resembled a butterfly. The new Reputation era look was perhaps the most shocking, as Swift debuted a gold and silver version of her iconic red catsuit, complete with a slightly different snake head design. To this day, Reputation is the only era of the tour to feature only one look. Swift changed into a flowing pink and blue gown for her surprise track performance, marking the first time she's worn 2 completely different colorways to a surprise track performance. Perhaps an Easter egg to her recent remixes. Finally, Swift's lavender sequined gown from Midnight's got a few minor changes, with fewer sequins and more custom embroidery. A lot has happened since the Eras tour first kicked off. Swift has dropped 2 Taylor's version re-recordings of her albums, 2010's Speak Now and 2014's 1989, as well as her entirely new 11th studio album. The Tortured Poets Department. The Eras tour has also gone on to be the highest-grossing concert tour of all time. In between the music, Swift entered a relationship with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, with whom she had been spending much quality time in the days leading up to the tour's final leg. As is par for the course, Swift delivered on many surprises and Easter eggs upon the Eras tour's most recent show. Here are some of the changes she made the tour ahead of its wrap. During the October 18th concert, the setlist remained the same as that of the previous leg. However, Swift performed 2 mashups for surprise songs. One of the mashups was composed of This Is Me Trying from her 2020 album Folklore and Daylight from her 2019 album Lover. The other mashup contained elements of her song Tim McGraw from her 2006 self-titled debut album and Timeless, a vault track on Speak Now, Taylor's version. The concert ran for approximately 3.5 hours, a demanding schedule for both Swift and the audience. While the rain fell throughout much of the show, it only seemed to fuel the fans' excitement. Interestingly, Swifties have long regarded rain shows as remarkable experiences, almost as if Swift herself had orchestrated the weather to coincide perfectly with her performance. Each time the rain intensified, it matched the energy of Swift's set, particularly during the Reputation-era songs, like Ready for It and Don't Blame Me. Just when it seemed the rain would let up, it would return, adding to the dramatic atmosphere as she transitioned to the acoustic section. After the acoustic set, as the concert approached its glorious finale featuring her anthem, Karma, the rain was joined by cascading confetti, a visual delight for her audience. On this night, Swift also debuted several new outfits. For the first time, she sported a newly styled bodysuit for her Reputation era, embellished with shimmering gold snakes, a dazzling update from the previous black bodysuit worn throughout the tour. She also showcased other stunning ensembles, including dresses for her Fearless and Midnight segments, which incorporated new designs meant to delight her attentive fans. During the acoustic segment, Swift took time to acknowledge her fresh looks, twirling around in what she described as a cotton candy-esque dress. Expressing her appreciation, she remarked, "I love when you guys notice these things. It's the most rewarding thing in the world," before treating the audience to mashups of fan favorites, including Tim McGraw and This Is Me Trying. But the night's most memorable moment came not just from the surprises on stage. Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, was unable to attend due to his practice obligations for the Kansas City Chiefs, though some family members were present to support her. Their absence only heightened the apparent excitement surrounding Welch's appearance and the evening's spectacular atmosphere. News of the concert rapidly spread, reaching social media platforms where fans expressed their exhilaration. Clips and images from the night showed the dynamic performances, Swift's stunning outfits, and fan reactions, capturing the spirit of the event through hashtags like #TheErasTourMiami. With this Miami spectacle, Taylor Swift delivered another unforgettable experience for her legions of dedicated fans, showcasing why the Eras tour has become one of the most talked about tours of the year. From the rain-soaked performances to surprise guests and memorable outfits, the night was not just another stop on her tour, it was yet another milestone on Swift's remarkable musical odyssey. The city of New Orleans is preparing for the influx of Taylor Swift fans set to descend on the Caesars Superdome for the Eras tour, scheduled for October 25 to 27, 2024. With anticipation reaching a fever pitch and a large crowd expected, Mayor LaToya Cantrell and city officials are working to ensure everyone's visit is as trouble-free as possible. In a move that reflects the city's experience with large-scale events, Cantrell remarked, "This tour will be an opportunity for us to showcase why we are a world-class city when it comes to hosting superstar events on the biggest stages." As reported by Nola Reddy, coordination efforts between NOSEP and safety agencies will increase to monitor the expected crowds of Swifties, focusing on crowd control rather than just managing fun. Several streets,